directly from the seller, because I'm doing bank-to-bank transactions.
Yeah.
And she wants straight from the seller, but she's a hard case, Wilhelmina. Okay. And that's why I'm giving it to you, because you hard too. Okay.
Okay, your buyer is from South Africa, is that right?
Correct.
So how long he has been searching for gold?
She's been searching for gold for a long time,
and
especially from directly from the seller. You know how risky that is.
Yeah.
And she's basically doesn't want anything from the Philippines, doesn't want anything from Africa. But I know that you're genuine, so we can convince her. And I've been trying to get them something from Switzerland, which I did, but it's bank to bank, which they don't want.
Well, if that buyer looking for gold in Switzerland, she can contact Switzerland bank and buy directly to the bank. That is already refined.
Yeah, but you know what they want? They want like 10 or 8 or 9 or 10, maybe 15% discount. You know how they are. They want their cheapskates.
Well, they're greedy because in Africa, in South Africa, they have a refinery called AURUM. You walk into AURUM refinery, you're lucky to get 2%. And even because AURUM is supplying to a big company. Well, Africa, she's from South Africa. She should understand that Africa is the main source of gold. But I know she has a bad experience. But in this business, there is always failure and success. Yeah, you fail. Then if you be attentive, you're going to recover your failure. Me, I was been screwed many times, but I have to move on. Because in gold, there's always a mistake. But if you don't listen, if you don't follow the regulations of the government, yes, there will be a mistake. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Amina, we offered her 15% doing bank to bank, and she still doesn't want it.
No, we don't offer. It depends. 15% is very rare because, may I tell you, the seller has a overhead, all right? And the seller has a worker to feed. And he has to declare that to the government, and he has to remit the value added tax. When you buy anything in this world, there is always value added tax on any products. Here in Australia, our government sales tax is 10%, no matter what. We don't have any complaint. But that lady, when she's asking a big discount, I'm sure when she gonna resell it to her own customer, she would get the profit of 7% or 6%. It's up to her to give her buyer a discount. Yeah, we give her discount, so she has. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know that you offer. I listened to your last interview with the guy from Botswana.
Yes.
I know that you offer 8%, and if you like somebody, you offer them 10, which is I'm okay with that, you know. Now I know she's genuine because we did our due diligence with her, and she did our due diligence with me, but she doesn't like me, okay? And I can't stand her accent.
This is okay. I will give you a hint why most of the buyers are arrogant. The word arrogant, I'm also arrogant. The reason why, because that particular buyer, she wanted to make sure that she's dealing with the right person. Yeah, that's normal. To me, I'm also arrogant. And if you don't meet the criteria, I'm going to tell you, good luck. Now, what you have to tell that lady, I will help her to assist. She will deal with the seller directly because I am the extension. You go back to her, tell her that Wilhelmina Ford is the extension. Right. And she has to sign a contract with my head office. Right. Okay? Once she receives the contract, she can communicate with my office. There is no issue. But in the beginning, he has to convince me. She has to place an order in the form of letter of intent to purchase. Without that, I wouldn't believe it.
Yes, ma'am.
So on the letter of intent to purchase, she has to, yeah, let me finish first, Apple. When she place an order in the form of letter of intent coming from her as a buyer on her company letterhead, she has to state what carat she's looking for. She has to state what purity she's looking for. And she has to state on the letter of intent that she is buying gold to make into jewelry, to make into spare parts, or to make into gold bullion. 97 can make into gold bullion. Why? Here in Brisbane, there is a refinery here in Brisbane. I went to the office and I talked to the director. Even 92%, the gold can convert it into 99.99. So most of the buyer, they are ignorance. There's a saying in life, ignorance, no excuses. So that particular buyer, if she's been searching for many months, if she didn't understand what she's buying, to me, I don't believe she's a buyer. Believe me.
And that's why I want you to be the seller, because she rubbed me the wrong way. It took me a long time to come back to her, and she still got an attitude, you know.
Okay, what you have to do, you create a group chat. You can read it, our chat, and I want to interview her, or I want to interview her by video call. She has to open her camera. Because I'll give you an example. You are in New York right now. When you walk into a company to apply for a job, you have to answer a question. You have to present yourself. Now that particular lady, she has to present that she is a buyer. Because if she doesn't know how to present, believe me, she will be rejected right on there. Yes. If she is arrogant, I'm also arrogant. Yeah.
Yes.
So we are.
Marina, how much is it? How much is it for me?
Don't worry. Just bring it, and we will discuss it. Right. You will get the finder's fee from Wilhelmina. Yes.
Okay.
What you have to do, you have to screen the buyer. Because if you don't screen the buyer properly, right on there, your buyer would be rejected. You must remember, so many people doesn't like Wilhelmina. So many joker broker don't like my guts. Well, I am not here to make friends. I am here to teach the buyer in a proper way. You must remember, I have an issue right now that the seller made a mistake and the gold was being confiscated.
Yes.
I think you heard that to the interview from Botswana.
Correct.
So if the buyer want to cut corner, then she's waiting for disaster.
Okay. Okay.
I will place your buyer in Conakry, because there is a Brinks in Conakry, MS, but Brinks is only subsidiary. Kindly ask that lady, where's she gonna bring the gold? Is she going to bring gold in South Africa or where?
Probably South Africa.
Okay, South Africa, there's no issue. Now, you have to go back to this lady. Ask her, are you really certain? Are you really serious? Because if you're going to connect to Wilhelmina, tell her that Wilhelmina wants to see her business registration, an importation license, and the proof of fund, the bank statement. Without that, don't bother. Yeah.
Yes.
You got me?
Yes.
So what do you think about conversation?
As well.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you. I think you got Conakry, right?
Correct. I got Conakry.
I have a gold in Mali. That tons of gold in Mali, but in every seller have a style. You know, we rejected so many buyers that didn't meet the criteria, and I have a difficulty dealing with buyers on my head office. If my head office cannot see that I validated properly My seller says, forget about it. I had a Chinese buyer and he wanted the gold in Mali, and that the letter of intent is not properly signed. It right under my seller, the financial controller was saying, forget about it. We're not interested. Can you imagine that? Mm.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why
Sorry to hear that.
I always explain on my video, so that those buyer, even you are a buyer's mandate, you have to read it, because this is for your benefit. No one will teach you. Last night I have a guy from Athens. He is an accountant and he has so many clients, and he asked me to teach him. I said, no, I'm not here to teach anyone. You read it. Yeah. You're an accountant, you should know the figures. Yeah.
Right.
And I told this gentleman, why should I teach you? If you go to school and you enroll, you have to pay the tuition fee. I told him. And he was been blushed. And I told him, well, this is not easy task. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, he was window shopping. So you know me, you know me for many years now. I think you know me for 3 years.
Yes, Marimina. Yes.
So what do you think
And I
about?
trust you with my whole heart.
Okay.
I trust you with my whole heart. And I love your attitude. And I wish I could always do more for you.
Well, this is life. This gold is a very lucrative business, but if you made a mistake, very, very disaster, very dangerous. Yes, there are two things in this industry that I learned. If you cut corners, then you are waiting for disaster. There's a saying: "He who has the gold makes the rules." The government is making the rules, not me. I'm just sharing it to the world that, hey guys, we are here to do business. Follow the proper way. Yeah. Mm.
Yes.
So how long you know that lady,
Okay.
Eggleby?
I've known her for maybe 4 months.
And then?
Um, and then we tried to get a deal finished in Philippines, and you know, she's always telling me my documentation is fake. And you know,
she's not a buyer.
paperwork,
She's not a buyer, I'm telling you. She's not.
Well, she's the mandate.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, she's the mandate. We did a background check on her, and we did find her trust.
I think she knows me. I think she gonna knows me. Mention my name. She will run away from you.
Okay.
Most of the South African allergic with my name. I don't know why they're allergic. I will vaccinate them, but why they're allergic?
I don't care what they think. You know, if you have what they need, you know, they'll do business.
That's right. I have a buyer from Dubai, and he owned a company. Most of his employee are Filipinos, and he knows me for since 2020. He was been window shopping, and he was been frustrated. And he come back to me, and he ordered 50 kilos, right? And I told him, when I go back to his WhatsApp, I told him, you've been dealing with me since 2020, and how come? And he told me, I come back because I trusted you. I said, okay. Convince me. I told him, convince me. Show me your business registration, importation license, and your passport. Then he got the order. He signed a contract. Yes. And he told me that all his workers are Filipinos. Yeah.
Right.
And he asked me if I'm a Filipino. I said, yes, I was born in the Philippines. Yes. So then he started to trust, because his manager is a very honest. She's a Filipina. Yeah. And I told this buyer, why just now? I said, well, I'm just studying your YouTube channel. I said, well, you learn now. You would never get the gold. I am the main source. Yes. I will put you buyer
Yes.
in Conakry because I have 3 sellers in Conakry. One I'm going to fire. I have only 2 left. But if she wanted the gold in Mali, we have tons of gold.
No problem. No problem. I'll make her take make the choice, and because you have options.
Tell her if she's a mandate,
yeah.
if she's a mandate, her buyer has to pay her because we don't pay double commission. I will pay you as a finder's fee out of my marketing fee. But if she's a mandate and she's asking commission, double commission, forget it.
No problem.
Because
I hope she doesn't ask for that, but that's not standard practice anyway.
Yeah, if you are acting on behalf of your buyer, you have an agreement with your buyer and the buyer pay you. Buyers are clever, you must remember. Buyers are clever. They can circumvent you. My seller would not circumvent me because I have a memorandum of understanding. I have a confidential mandate letter, but I would not release my mandate letter to any stranger unless he or she convinced Walamina. Without that, I wouldn't believe it.
Okay.
So you got my point now. So what do you think of our conversation, and what do you think, how, when you watch my video on YouTube channel, what did you learn out of that?
I think you're a pioneer, in what you're doing. I really think you are doing things that people are not, even doing yet. I really think you're a pioneer, that you're serving the industry as a whole. And I think one day, you'll find that guy, that buyer, that woman that will, give you that lifetime retirement. But even if you don't, you're truly changing the whole industry.
I am.
Yeah.
Can you imagine most of my seller? So, Madam, what is your background? I told my seller, well, I've been in marketing for 36 years. I sell funeral arrangement, I sell real estate, mobile phone, buying and selling exactly the same. We have the product, you pay for it. Yeah. But asking, bring it to Dubai, forget about it.
Right.
Because I'm going to reject you. Yeah. You must remember, as I told you many times, there's so many joker broker hates my guts.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not here to make friends. I am here to sell.
Yes, ma'am.
So
but I promise you, we did our due diligence on her. So
okay.
I'm happy that we can talk together, and I'll put you guys together.
Yeah.
I'll create a group chat.
Yeah, create a group chat. Yeah. I want to interview her.
So we all up on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
don't worry about your commission. I will look after you, but I want you to convince me that that particular lady is a real buyer.
Yes, ma'am.
And we don't pay double
Will
commission.
let me know.
We give the buyer a discount. It's up for her to charge her buyer. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to talk to her
No
buyer.
problem.
You must remember,
Yes.
because
Yes,
the
I
buyer
know
has to send an
how
LOI.
Yes.
You got me?
Yes.
Okay. So any further
Yes.
question?
No questions. Just I will send her your procedure,
Yeah.
and then I already have her in my WhatsApp. I'll just add you and myself to it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, show it to her first, the Conakry or Mali. She has to choose whether to go to Mali or to go to Conakry. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell her that Mali has
Okay.
10,000 kilos of gold, but she has to follow the golden rules of the country. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So any question?
Will do. No questions right now. I'm sure there'll be questions afterwards when she asks questions, but then I'll relay them to you. But I won't. I'd rather just get you two together as soon as possible. So give me probably till the weekend,
Okay.
Saturday or so, and then I'm sure we'll be able to make some progress.
May
Oh,
I
by the way,
may I
she is.
suggest to you that that buyer's
Yeah,
mandate from South Africa? Tell her to
yeah,
read it first. Tell her to read and tell her to digest. Don't be excited. Don't. Because this business is not for excitement. I would be excited when he present on behalf of her buyer. I would be excited. Okay, so
yes, ma'am.
you have to tell her,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
here's the procedure very extensively. I want you to read and digest it. Then you come back to me. So she has to come back to you. And then that's the
Yes,
time you
ma'am.
create a group chat.
Okay.
And three
Okay.
things I'm going to ask her when you created a group chat. Did you read the full corporate offer? And if she said not really, go back and read again.
Okay. I see.
So you have to explain
I
it to her
understand.
because I'm very tough,
Yes, ma'am.
you
That's why
know.
I'm giving it to you.
I'm very nice, I'm very kind, but I have to teach people to be tough because you made a mistake,
Yes.
it cost $1 million. This seller of mine in Conakry, he made a mistake, right, out of 4 kilos, and the buyer lost $200,000. But I did not
Mm,
travel because we are locked down. Now I can travel now by December. Hmm.
mm.
Because international flight would be open.
Okay.
So you understand what I'm explaining to you, my love?
Yes, Wilhelmina.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day.